Hey guys, welcome back. Today I'm going to try to do something I've never done here before on any of my videos. I'm fishing a small impoundment on the west side of West Frankfort, a small village in Illinois. And the reason I've chose this lake today is in the last week there has been 5 crappie caught, verified, over 3 pounds caught out of here. Now, my biggest crappie ever is around 2 pounds. I've not caught a 3-pounder. I wouldn't know what to do if I caught a 3-pounder. But we're going to give it a go today. Now we're going to be trying to fish with the old chartreuse, and we're going to use a chartreuse head and chartreuse body, chartreuse tail, because this water is muddy. This is an extremely shallow lake. It almost reminds me of down there in Mississippi, like your Grenada's. Dirty water, shallow water, but it's got some big crappie in it. Now, I don't know what we're going to catch. I have no idea. I know Mama on the home front wants some fish and chips tomorrow, so if we catch any decent sized ones, we're going to keep them. If we catch a 3-pounder, there's a tournament going on tonight. We're going to weigh it in. I want to see it, but then we're going to release her as long as she lives. I have no interest in keeping big crappie like that. They've made it this far, let them live. But that's going to be the main focus of today, is can we catch a personal best? Can we catch a 3-pound crappie? Stay tuned, we'll see what happens. There's the rig for the night. These are old coal mining towns. Coal mining towns back in the teens, 20s, 30s, 40s, until they started shutting down. Any town that had any population whatsoever would actually have to dig their own lake, and they'd have to get their own water from it. They'd call it a city lake. I said it's really common in southern Illinois. The unique thing about West Frankfort is it actually has 2 city lakes. I just missed one. The reason it has 2 city lakes is this one is considered the old lake. Well, a couple times this lake, the population was too big for the lake, and it ran completely dry. They had no water, so you can imagine what kind of problems they faced then. So they got smart after the second time and decided, okay, we're going to dig out another lake, and they called it the new lake. Pretty simple. So this lake has been around. I don't know if it's been around since the teens, the 20s, how long it's been around, but it could tell some stories, I'm sure. Now, I've caught a lot of little bitty crappie out here, but never any big ones. It's got a few duck blinds that are really popular in the winter time. That's where a lot of the crappie hang out. I really don't know where to find the fish. So all I'm going to do is mosey along with these little mouths, these little pockets and things like that, and see if we can't come across one of them big ones. But there's also a small bass tournament, club tournament going out tonight, and I don't want to interfere with any of those guys fishing. They're fishing for money, I'm fishing for fun, so let them have the best spots, and I'll try to stay out of their way. So I don't anticipate on fishing duck blinds too hard, especially if I see a boat coming up on them. Now, if there's somebody that's already left it, then I'll fish it, because they're not catching crappie, they're targeting bass anyways. It don't matter. But this is going to be interesting. I don't know, I may zero tonight, or we may just absolutely tear them up. But as I always say, I have no interest in keeping big crappie. I just don't. I mean, if you think of what all the crappies had to go through to survive from, just hatching, let alone surviving in the minnow phase, and then, I missed one, and then making it to an adult size, and then growing to 2 or 3 pounds, I mean, that's quite an accomplishment. So for me, I respect them. I have no problem with people who keep big ones. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. But for me, I just soon let them go. Somebody else can catch them, or they can keep them. Smaller ones tend to taste better, in my opinion, too. Now, I can tell you this lake is extremely shallow. Right now, we're in, I don't know, 1.5 to 2 foot of water, it looks like. So we are only going to be fishing about 8 to 12 inches deep while we're in this super shallow stuff. And Let's see what happens. All right, guys, I switched over. I was getting nibbles, but I wasn't really getting caught that well on that chartreuse. Now, I don't know if I was in a bad spot or if the color was off. So we're gonna go with the old chartreuse head, pink and pink body. A lot of folks call it electric chicken. We're gonna see if that leads to any more success. Like I said, I just don't know where to fish. I mean, we're in 2 foot of water. I don't know if I should be in 4 foot of water, 6 foot of water. I don't think there's much over 10 foot of water out here. So this is just an adventure for me. Hey, first fish of the day. It looks like a largemouth, a little bitty largemouth. That fish wouldn't help anybody. After a while, I determined that I would not have success in the area I was at, so I moved over to where there would be some contour lines. A long running point with a flat off of it and a 48-foot transition would be my next location to try. It didn't take long. Look at that, first crappie of the day. Way out here. I don't know what the deal was. This is the size I expect to catch out here. Definitely not a 3-pounder, but it's a start. Started fishing way out deep, or I don't know, deep's a relative term, I guess. Way offshore, how about that? For all I know, it could be 5 foot deep out here. Well, a little bit better than the last one. Still not going to keep, but another black crappie. Woo! Well, we'll take that one. There's still a decent one out here too. Where'd you go? Another monster. Hey, it's a white crappie this time. They're getting smaller now. I'm sorry if this is going to end up being a letdown. For you guys, at least. Because for me, I'm out here fishing and catching fish, so there's no such thing as a letdown. So here's the dilemma. Do we sit here and wade through a million small ones, try to catch a big one, or we go up there shallow and try to catch some big ones? Oh, I mean, it's easy to say since I missed him, but that one felt like it had a little bit more weight behind it. It didn't just come straight to the top, it went down when I set the hook. Small one. It's still fun. I don't care who you are, it's still fun. small crappie. But if I was making crappie cakes, we'd be keeping those size. I don't know if you've seen my video on crappie cakes. I'll try to link it here to where you can see it. But man, if you like crab cakes and you have a pond that's overran or a little lake that's overran with crappie, try that recipe. So if you love crab cakes, I promise you, you will love crappie cakes. After losing one of the pedals on my pedal drive, I determined it was getting close to time to go home anyways. It was getting darker. I was a little bit cold because of the rain, so I decided to drift over toward the dam where I would catch the winds that would push me back to the boat ramp. Well guys, as you can see, we're getting to the end of the night. No 3-pound crappie. But I do have supper. Mama and baby are going to be pretty happy. We're going to have us some fish and chips tomorrow night. I lost the pedal off my kayak, so it's a little bit hard to pedal right now. It's alright, nothing can't handle. I'll get it fixed tomorrow, and we'll be back out here again probably the next day. So hopefully you did enjoy the video. Today's color was chartreuse head, pink body, pink tail. And I mean, it outperformed anything. For whatever reason, they want pink. So we're going to troll out here a little bit on the way back and see if we can't catch us one, but I'm not anticipating any big ones. Thanks for watching, guys. Catch me at the next one. If you like it, subscribe. It really helps.